Hello students, in this class we are going to discuss Paper 2 Multiple Choice Extended Cambridge IGCSE Examination March 2024. Let's start with question number 1. Question 1 is solid X is heated for 600 seconds. The graph shows the heating curve that is obtained. Solid X is heated for 600 seconds to here. What is the melting point of X? We can see here that at this temperature, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 170 degrees Celsius. Temperature is not rising for some time. It means that when the temperature is constant but the substance is being heated, it means that the energy is used up in changing the state. So this is the melting point of the substance X. So answer is B. Second question is, which statement about diffusion are correct? Aqueous ions cannot diffuse in water. Aqueous ions can diffuse in water. For example, when sodium chloride is dissolved in water, it makes sodium ion aqueous plus Cl ion aqueous, and the ion is equally dispersed in the liquid. So it happens, aqueous ions can diffuse. This is wrong answer. Diffusion is caused by the random movement of particles. Diffusion is caused by the random movement of particles. This is right. Particles spread out in all directions in diffusion. Yes, it is right. Diffusion can only take place in solid and liquid. Diffusion does not take place in solid. So it is wrong. So 2, 3 are right. Right answer is C. Question 3. Which statement about an atom of fluorine 919 is correct? It contains a total of 28 protons, neutrons and electrons. So number of proton is here 9. If it is an atom, the number of electron also 9. Number of neutron is 10. Total is 28. So this is right. It contains total of 28 protons, neutrons and electrons. It contains more proton than neutron. Proton is 9, neutron is 10, so it is wrong. Its isotope contains different number of protons. Isotopes contain different number of neutrons. It is wrong. Its nucleus contains 9 neutrons. It contains 10 neutrons. It is also wrong. Question 4. Two of the isotopes of calcium are represented as 20 calcium 40 and 20 calcium 44. Which statement explains why these isotopes of calcium have identical chemical properties? Both isotopes have the same number of neutrons. Chemical properties are not decided by the number of neutrons. Chemical properties are decided by the number of electrons, that is electron configuration. So it is wrong. Both isotopes have an electron configuration 2882. This is the right answer. Both isotopes have mass number 20. Both the isotopes have mass number 40 and 44. It is wrong. Both isotopes have 4 fully occupied electron shells. Last shell is not fully occupied, so it is wrong. The right answer is B. Question number 5. Which statement describes a property of potassium iodide? It is insoluble in water. Potassium iodide is ionic compound. It is soluble in water. It is wrong. It is a volatile substance. The ionic compounds are having very high melting and boiling point, so it is not volatile. It has a low melting point. No, ionic compounds have high melting point. It conducts electricity when molten. Yes, because when molten, ions are free to move. This is the right answer. 5D. Number 6. Methanol CH2O has a boiling point minus 19 degrees Celsius. At minus 20 degrees Celsius, the liquid methanol is a non-conductor of electricity. In a sample of methanol, each atom of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen has noble gas electronic configuration. In a sample of methanol, each atom of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen has noble gas electronic configuration. Each atom has achieved this electron configuration in one of 3 ways: gaining electron, losing electron, sharing electron. In this is an organic compound. They have all the bonds are made here by sharing electron. Which statement describes the bonding between the carbon atom and oxygen atom in methanol? The carbon atom and oxygen atom share 4 electrons. We can find out how many electrons are shared between carbon and oxygen only when we draw the structure. So the structure of methanol is HC double bond OH. Here double bond is made between carbon and oxygen, so definitely 4 electrons are shared here, right? So this is the right answer. 6A is the right answer. The carbon atom and oxygen atom share 2 electrons. It is wrong. It is sharing 4 electrons. Carbon is negative ion and oxygen is positive ion. No, it's not an ionic compound. Carbon is positive ion. It's not an ionic compound. 7. The structure of diamond and graphite are shown. Which statement about diamond and graphite is correct? Diamond and graphite contain a strong covalent bond. This is diamond and this is graphite. Diamond and graphite contain a strong covalent bond between carbon atoms. Yes, diamond and graphite both are made with covalent bond between carbon atoms. This answer is right. Diamond and graphite have delocalized electrons. Graphite has, but diamond doesn't have. So it is wrong. Diamond and graphite have layered structure. Graphite has layered structure. Diamond does not have. So it is wrong. Diamond and graphite have low melting points. Both of them have high melting points. So it is also wrong. Which row contains a description of metallic bonding and property that is explained by reference to metallic bonding? Which row contains a description of metallic bonding and a property that is explained by reference to metallic bonding? Description of metallic bonding. A lattice of negative ion. It's not a lattice of negative ion. Metals are a lattice of positive ion. So this is negative ion, negative ion. It is wrong, it is wrong. A lattice of positive ion in a sea of delocalized electrons, right. Lattice of positive ion in a sea of delocalized electrons is right. Both are right. So we should find the right answer from here then. The metal will react with an acid producing hydrogen. All the metals do not react, like copper does not displace hydrogen from the dilute hydrochloric acid. A piece of metal can be molded into different shapes. It is right. So right answer is D. Now question number 9. What is the relative molecular mass of sulfur dioxide? MR of sulfur dioxide. SO2. SO2. Sulfur 32 plus 2 into 16, 32. So altogether it is 64. So right answer is D. All these are wrong. So right answer is 64. Relative molecular mass MR of sulfur dioxide is 64. 9D. Magnetite is an ore of iron which contains the ions Fe2 plus, Fe3 plus and O2 minus only. In Fe3O plus O4, we can see that iron Fe2 plus can make a compound with iron O2 minus as FeO, and if it is Fe3 plus and O2 minus, it can make a compound Fe2O3, and when these two combine together, it will form Fe3O4. So these two ions, Fe2 plus and Fe3 plus, exist in D. So this is the right answer. Question number 11. Concentrated aqueous sodium chloride and dilute sulfuric acid are both electrolyzed using inert electrodes. Which row identifies the product at cathode in each electrolysis? The element which is formed at cathode. This is positive ions will be attracted by cathode, cations. So when it is aqueous sodium chloride, positive ions are Na plus, and from water, positive ion is H ion. And we know that the less reactive one is discharged. So hydrogen will be discharged only, not sodium. So probability of this and this are there. When it is dilute sulfuric acid, then at the cathode, from sulfuric acid, H ion is formed, and from water also H ion can be formed. So in both the cases, probability of hydrogen can be formed. So it is the right answer. So right choice is B. 12. Question number 12. Electrolytes can be broken down by electrolysis. Which row are correct for each electrolyte? Dilute aqueous potassium chloride, reaction at cathode, it is sodium again, so hydrogen ion can be discharged. and product at anode, because it is dilute, chlorine will not be formed, oxygen will be formed. So this is right. Concentrated hydrochloric acid, then at reaction at cathode, hydrogen will be formed. This is right. And it is concentrated, so chlorine will be formed at the anode. So these two, 1 and 2 are right. So the right answer is A. Question answer 3, molten aluminum oxide, O2 minus is negative ion. It is anion. Anion cannot be attracted by cathode. And Na plus will not be formed because sodium is more active than hydrogen. So these two are wrong. Which statement about hydrogen oxygen fuel cell is correct? Hydrogen is extracted from clean dry air? No. It is extracted by the reaction of methane and steam. The only product is carbon dioxide. Here the only product is water. The reaction is endothermic. The reaction is exothermic. No toxic gas are produced because here only water is produced. So this is the right answer. Question number 14. Which statement defines the activation energy EA for a reaction? It is the minimum energy that colliding particles must have to react. It is the minimum energy that endothermic reaction take in from their surrounding. It is the maximum energy. It is not the maximum. It is not the maximum. And it is the minimum energy that colliding particle must have to react. So right answer is A. Question number 15. The equation for the complete combustion of ethane is shown. The bond energies are listed. What is the enthalpy change of the reaction when 1 mole of ethane is completely burned? 1 mole of ethane. In the equation there is 2 mole of ethane. So we need to calculate the amount of energy needed to break these bonds and the amount of energy given out when these bonds are formed. Delta HR will be equal to, delta HR is equal to bond breaking minus bond forming. So the amount of energy needed to break the bond is, how many CH bonds are there? CH bonds are there 2, 1, 1, 2 into 2, 4. So 4 into 4, 4 into 415. How many CC bond are there? CC triple bond are 2. So 2 into 837. And how many O bonds are there? 5. So 5 into 498. Total is 5824. This is the energy required for bond breaking. 5824 minus bond forming. How many CO bonds are there? 8. So 8 into 805. And how many OH bonds are there? 4. So 4 into 464. Total amount of energy is 8296. 8296. 8296. So 5824 minus 8296. When we subtract, we obtain the value 2472. But this is the enthalpy change of combustion of this 2 mole of ethane. But the question wants for 1 mole of ethane, so it is divided by 2. So final answer is 1236. So it is exothermic, so it will be minus. So minus 1236 is the right answer, B. Question 16. In experiment 1, a small lumps of limestone are added to dilute ethanoic acid at 40 degrees Celsius. The volume of carbon dioxide released is measured at regular time intervals. A graph of the result is shown. This is the graph, experiment 1 and experiment 2. The time taken to reach the same height, the maximum height, is more than experiment 1. Means in experiment 1, the maximum height it has reached here, but it has reached here. So the time taken here is different. Time taken here is more. So it means that experiment 2 is slower than experiment 1. So which changes give the result shown in experiment 2? Limestone, large lump, or powder? Which one is the right answer then? These are the four choices. A, large lump. The rate reaction is slower. It means that lump should be larger. So either A, yeah, only A is the choice then. A, larger lumps and 40 degrees Celsius temperature. So A is the right answer. A smaller lump will make the reaction faster. Here the reaction is slower. So larger lump and 40 degrees Celsius is the right answer. So right answer is A. 17. The Haber process, nitrogen and hydrogen are reacted to make ammonia, N2 plus 3H2, 2NH3. The forward reaction is exothermic. Which conditions produce the maximum yield of ammonia? High pressure, because number of moles on the left hand side is high, 1 plus 3, 4, and right hand side is 2. So high pressure means this and this. Two probabilities are there. Which condition produces the maximum yield of ammonia? Temperature high, low. The reaction is exothermic. So high temperature will favor reverse reaction, low temperature will favor the forward reaction. So this is the right answer. Right answer is B. Question 18. The Oswald process is used to make nitric acid. The conditions used in this process are a catalyst containing a transition element, a pressure of 10 atmosphere, a temperature of 800 degrees Celsius. Which of these conditions are also used in the contact process? A catalyst containing transition element, a pressure of 10 atmosphere, a temperature of 800 degrees Celsius. A catalyst containing transition element, a pressure of 10 atmosphere, no, because the pressure of 10 atmosphere is not required. Temperature of 800 degrees Celsius is not required. Answer is B. Hydrogen iodide is dissolved in water. When hydrogen iodide dissolves in water, it forms H ion and OH ion. Which row describes the final colors seen when the solution is tested with damp red litmus paper and with acidified aqueous potassium magnate? Damp red litmus paper will turn to remain red because it is acidic, H ion is formed here. So either this one or this one. And acidified aqueous potassium magnate will change to brown or colorless. Acidified aqueous potassium magnate is there. What color will be produced? Acidified aqueous potassium magnate is an oxidizing agent. So it will oxidize iodine minus 2 iodine molecule. So what happens here? Iodine I2 will be formed and I2 color is brown. So the answer is C, not D. In this reaction, acidified aqueous potassium magnate will also turn from purple to colorless, but colorless will not be visible, brown color will be visible. So these two, red, damp red litmus paper will change to red, and acidified aqueous potassium magnate will change the color to brown because of presence of I2. So right answer is C. 20. Which statements about aqueous ethanoic acid are correct? It can be produced by oxidizing ethanol to potassium iodide with potassium iodide. It cannot be. Is wrong. It reacts with magnesium to produce hydrogen gas. Yes. It reacts with magnesium to produce hydrogen gas. It is there in the book. It has an approximate pH value of 3. It is a weak acid, so 3 pH is right. It is also correct. It produces ester called methanoates. It will produce ester called ethanoate, not methanoate. So 2, 3 are right. Right answer is C. Question 21. Which element forms an acidic oxide? Calcium, lithium, magnesium, sulfur. We know that metals form basic oxide, non-metals form acidic oxide. This is a metal, it will form basic oxide, so it is wrong. Lithium will form basic oxide, it is a metal. Magnesium will form basic oxide, it's also a metal. Sulfur is a non-metal, it can form acidic oxide. This is the right answer, 21D. 22. Which statement describes the properties of hydrochloric acid? Carbon dioxide is produced when limestone reacts with hydrochloric acid. This reaction we have done it is there in your syllabus. When calcium carbonate reacts, it produces calcium chloride plus carbon dioxide plus water. So carbon dioxide is produced when limestone reacts with hydrochloric acid. It is right. So answer is A. Hydrogen is produced when sodium hydroxide reacts with hydrochloric acid. When sodium hydroxide reacts with hydrochloric acid, it produces salt and water, not hydrogen. Wrong. Methyl orange turns yellow in strong hydrochloric acid. It doesn't turn yellow in hydrochloric acid. Red litmus paper turns blue when dipped in hydrochloric acid. Red litmus paper will remain red when dipped in hydrochloric acid. It is also wrong. Right answer is A. 23. Element P and Q have the same number of electron shells. Number of electron shells are same. When the number of electron shells are same, what does it mean? An atom of Q has more electrons in its outer electron shell than an atom of P. Which statement are correct? P and Q are in the same group of periodic table? No. If it is the same group, they will have different number of shells. P and Q are in the same period of the periodic table. P and Q are in the same period of the periodic table. It is because in the same period the shell number doesn't change, number of electron changes, which can be seen here. It is right. P has greater tendency to form positive ion than Q because Q has more electron, it is more non-metallic, P is more metallic, so P has greater tendency to form positive ion. It is also right. The oxide of Q is more basic than oxide of Q. Oxide of Q will be more acidic because it is towards right side, it is towards the left side. Left side one is more metallic, so it will form oxide of Q will be more acidic, so it is wrong. So right answer is 2, 3. Answer is C. Which substance reacts with dilute sulfuric acid to form salt that can be removed from the resulting mixture by filtration? So salt formed must be insoluble. Aqueous barium chloride reacts with dilute sulfuric acid. It will form barium sulfate. So barium chloride, dilute sulfuric acid, it is soluble. Barium chloride is also soluble. A salt formed will be BaSO4, barium sulfate, which forms white precipitate. It is insoluble. So the right answer is A. Why not B? Aqueous sodium hydroxide. Aqueous sodium hydroxide will react with dilute sulfuric acid to form sodium sulfate, which is soluble, and water. So water is liquid. Copper does not react with dilute sulfuric acid. It is wrong. Copper 2 carbonate reacts with dilute sulfuric acid to form copper sulfate, which is soluble. So it is not the answer. A is the right answer. 25. Astatine is below iodine in group 7 in periodic table. Which row describes the properties of astatine? State at room temperature. In group 7, we have seen that fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. These two are gases. This is liquid. For gas, this is liquid, and this is solid. So below it, the astatine is below it, so that is also solid. It is also solid. So these two are the choices, right? Displaces iodine but does not displace chlorine. Can it displace iodine? It is less reactive. As you go down, the reactivity decreases. It cannot displace iodine. So this is wrong. Does not displace chlorine, bromine, iodine. It cannot displace because it is less reactive than chlorine, bromine, iodine. So this is right. Right answer is D. 26. Which property of copper explains why it is classified as a transition element? Copper can be bent into different shape. It is a property of typical metals, not for transition element. Copper forms copper 2 plus and copper 1 plus ion. This is the property of transition element, that transition element form ions with different oxidation state. So this is right answer. Copper is a good conductor of electricity. It is not a property of transition element only. Copper has low density. It is wrong. Brass is an alloy of zinc. Brass is an alloy that is formed from copper and zinc. Which statements are correct? Brass, copper, and zinc all conduct electricity. Right? All these are metals, so they conduct electricity. Brass is a compound of copper and zinc. Brass is not a compound, it's a mixture. Brass is harder than zinc? Yes, because brass is an alloy. Alloys are harder than pure metals. 1 and 3. So right answer is C. 28. The equation for the reaction of metal M with aqueous zinc sulfate is shown. M plus zinc sulfate, MsO4 plus zinc. Note that M is displacing zinc to form MsO4 and zinc. It means that M is more reactive than zinc. Which statement explains why metal M reacts with aqueous zinc sulfate? Zinc is less reactive than M because M is able to accept electron. Zinc is less reactive than M, it is right, because M is able to accept electron. M is able to lose electron here. So it is wrong, it is right, so this choice is wrong. Zinc is more powerful reducing agent. Zinc ion can accept electron. So it is more powerful oxidizing agent here, not reducing agent. Zinc is more reactive than M. Zinc is not more reactive than M because zinc is being displaced by M. Is also wrong. Zinc ion can remove electron from M. Yes, zinc ion can gain electron from M. So this is the right answer. 28, right answer is D. 29. In the blast furnace, the impurity silicon oxide is removed by the formation of slag. Which equation represents the formation of the substance which reacts with silicon oxide to form slag? C plus O2 CO2, carbon dioxide doesn't react. C plus CO2 CO, it doesn't react. CO3 is heated to decompose into CaO and CO2. CaO reacts with SiO2 to form CaSiO3, that is slag. So this is the right answer. So all these are wrong. 30. Aluminium is extracted. Aluminium is extracted from bauxite by electrolysis. Which statement is correct? Aluminium ions are oxidized to form aluminium? No, it is reduced. The cathode has to be replaced regularly because it reacts with oxygen which is formed. Anode has to be replaced, not cathode. Carbon dioxide is produced at the anode. Right answer, because carbon anode reacts with oxygen produced because of electrolysis, reacts with carbon to form carbon dioxide. That is anode. And D, cryolite is added to remove impurities. Cryolite is added to decrease the melting point. It is also wrong. 31. Iron rust, but aluminium does not easily corrode. Which statement explains why aluminium does not easily corrode? It is an alloy. Aluminium is a pure metal. It is below iron in the reactivity series. It is above iron in the reactivity series. It is a transition element. Aluminium is not a transition element. Its surface is protected by an oxide layer, right? It forms an oxide layer which protects it from further reaction. 32. Which chemicals can be used as a fertilizer to provide the 3 elements needed for improved plant growth? What are the 3 elements needed for improved plant growth? NPK. So which chemicals can be used as a fertilizer to provide the 3 elements needed for improved plant growth? NH2, 2CO, urea plus KCl, ammonium hydrogen phosphate plus K2SO4, ammonium hydrogen phosphate plus urea, and urea plus potassium sulfate. Which one contains all the 3? NPK. It contains N and K. It contains N, P and K. So it is right answer. It contains NP, not K. It is wrong. It contains N and K. It is wrong. So B is the right answer. 33. What is the color change when water is added to anhydrous cobalt 2 chloride? I think you have to remember this. What is the color change when water is added to anhydrous cobalt 2 chloride? It changes from blue to pink. Is the right answer. How do carbon dioxide and methane cause global warming? They emit thermal energy when they have absorbed back to the earth. They emit the thermal energy they have absorbed back to the earth. Is the right answer. They absorb the radiation directly from the sun? No. They increase thermal energy lost to space? No. They reduce reflection of thermal energy from Earth's surface? No. 35. Four statements about photosynthesis are listed. Chlorophyll is required for photosynthesis. It is right. Photosynthesis need chlorophyll. The equation for photosynthesis is C6H12O6 plus O2. This is the equation for respiration. Photosynthesis requires energy from light. This is right. Photosynthesis releases carbon dioxide. Photosynthesis releases oxygen, not carbon dioxide. So 1 and 3 right. Right answer is A. 36. Which molecules are structural isomers? Structural isomers means they have the same molecular formula but different structural formula. This compound 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon. It has 5 carbon, C5. And how many hydrogen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. C5H12. This compound has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon, C5. And it also has 1, 3, 3, 3, 3, 12 hydrogen. These two are isomers. Which molecules are structural isomers? These two are structural isomers because their molecular formula is same, the structure formula are different. Let us check with these two. So right answer is 1, 3. So answer should be B. Why not this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon, C5. And what is the number of hydrogen? 1, 2, 3, 3, 6, 7, 3, 10. C5 is 10. And this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, C6. And 1, 2, 3, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 hydrogen. So these two are different in molecular formula. These two are same and these two are not similar to this any one of these two. So these two are not isomers. These two are isomers. Right answer is B. Question 37. Which statement about the reaction of ethene with steam are correct? The product has a higher molecular mass than ethane. The reactant is ethene and the product is ethanol. When steam reacts with ethene, ethanol is formed. So molecular mass of ethanol is definitely higher than ethene because ethene is C2H4 and ethanol is C2H5OH. So molecular mass of ethanol is higher than this. It is right. The product reacts with aqueous bromine. It will not react with aqueous bromine because it is now saturated. It's wrong. The number of electrons shared between carbon atom decreases. In ethane, there is a double bond between carbon and carbon, and here it is a single bond between carbon atoms. So here 4 electrons are shared. Now in product there are 2 electrons shared only. The number of electrons shared between carbon atoms decreases. It is right. The reaction produces an alcohol and hydrogen. Reaction produces an alcohol only, no hydrogen. So it is wrong. So right answer is 1 and 3. So B is the right answer. 37B. 38. Methane and chlorine react to form chloromethane. We have done this reaction. Which row describes the necessary reaction conditions and the type of reaction? When methane reacts with chlorine, it is known as substitution reaction because one atom of methane, one hydrogen atom from methane is substituted by Cl, right? And so chloromethane is formed. So it is a substitution reaction and HCl is formed. So this is substituted here. It is a substitution reaction, not addition. So A and B, and reaction condition ultraviolet light is required, not nickel as a catalyst. So A is the right answer. 39. Parts of the structure of two different polymers X and Y are shown. This is one polymer, this is another polymer. Which row about the monomers and the linkages between the monomers in polymer X and Y is correct? Monomers in X and Y are different because this is the monomer, one monomer, this is another monomer in this polymer X. It has on both the side carboxylic acid, and this monomer has on both the side amino group. But in this case, this monomer has one amino group and one carboxylic acid on both the sides, and similarly these two are also having one carboxylic acid and one amino group on both the side. So these two are same. These monomers are not different. These two monomers are same, but monomer of this compound and this compound are different. So either A or B. Linkages between them are, this is the linkage, right? CONH. It is known as, what linkage do we call it? Amide linkage. Here also there is amide linkage. So the linkages in X are different from linkages in Y. No, linkages in X and Y are similar. So this is right. Right answer is B. Next question, the last question, question 40. Substance Q is tested using paper chromatography. The resulting chromatogram is shown. Which statement is correct? Q is a pure substance. It cannot be a pure substance because two different spots are found. The RA value of the lower spot is 0.25. We have to calculate. The distances are not given. Q is a mixture of at least two different substances. Two dots shows that there are two different substances in the mixture. This is the right answer. Q is a compound. It is wrong because compound cannot be separated through chromatography. So the right answer is C. So we are done with this, all the 40 questions now.